And what we're gonna do now, I said, is that we're gonna do a 2-thread chain cover stitch. So I'm going to go, once again, I'm going to go to and choose the cover stitch. I'll hit that. And I'm going to pick 16. And if you see, it says 2-thread chain stitch. So I'm going to lift the presser foot, which I do have that down. We're going to go right through this, unthread the following thread paths. So we'll go ahead and might as well just cut them right now. And we'll pull them out. And we've got the cover stitch C13 on. We have the pressure adjusted to number 4. Insert, it says now insert needles in the position shown. So now all they want is the RC to be, that the needle's gonna be. So I'm going to go ahead and take out the left cover stitch. And we'll just unloosen that. And we'll put the needle right there and let me tighten that back up. Okay. And so I've already have it in the right cover stitch position. So there we are right there. Now it says deactivate the knife. It is, the stitch cutting width is at 5. Attach the cover stitch insert, which is here. We've deactivated the upper looper. And that's nothing, we've already got it set there. Now it says thread the following thread paths or change thread as required. So now if you look, it wants me to use the yellow thread path. I'm going to go in and set that. We'll go into the yellow. We'll go up here, down, up, and down. And we can go right in here. And we will thread this. I don't want my thread to be twisted around the needle, so. All right, and we're already threaded in the looper, the cover stitch looper. So we are ready to go. So I'm gonna hit there, and then we can go ahead and let's start sewing and see what happens. Okay, now here, I can see that the needle is going right in on this right-hand side, right in there. You see that? And so I can line that right up with my straight stitch. And we are forming a chain stitch. If you look at the back side, that you can see that chain. When I do handwork, it looks very similar. The chain stitch, when I do it by hand, looks very similar to this. Okay. Yep. Miss that stitch there. let's see. Using a serger for pillowcases is a breeze. You can get a pillowcase done in just a matter of 15 minutes. Okay, let's go down this way now. Think about using a different thread, a decorative thread with this. It would be really cool to do something. How about quilting a table runner with this? Wouldn't that be cool? We just have to learn to think outside the box. Because I know a lot of people will say, well, why I don't use a serger? You might use it if you had it. And if you started thinking outside of the box of what you could use it for, you would use it. All right, let's move over here. Two more lines. Now, when I'm done with all this, I will clean all this up and have it look a little bit neater. All right. So here is the 2-thread chain stitch. And you can see how much different that looks than these or the narrow. And that, so get that serger out and start playing with it. You can't break, this thing is so easy to use. It's unbelievable. You know I have a friend that has a cover stitch serger together. And she put it into the cover stitch mode, and she's never been able to get it back out of the cover stitch mode. It just is really difficult to do it. Not on this thing. And so that's what we're gonna go next to. We're gonna go and start doing some overlocking and chain stitching, which is the combination stitches on this machine. So with that, we're gonna go and we're gonna set up our machine to do overlocking. So we're gonna go back into this little icon right here, and I can touch that and close out of there. And now I'm gonna go into combo. And this is what this is going to do. It's gonna do an overlock and a chain stitch right along with it. So the very first one that we're gonna do, I'm going to do, there's 4 different combination stitches on here. I'm going to do a 17. You're going to cut some fabric to do your samples, cut them at 5 by 10, and fold them in half, press them. So with the 17, I'm going to touch 17, and it's going to tell me It's a 3-thread overlock, left needle and right cover stitch. So I'm going to be doing, the left needle is right back here, and I will do this cover stitch guide here. Okay, let's go to the next one. No threading, unthreading is required, okay? Now here's where I'm going to change from the cover stitch foot. I am going to change this foot and put from C13 and put on C11. This is your overlock foot. So right back here, I'm going to push that button, and it is going to drop off like that. And let's get that thread up. Okay. There we go. And we'll set that aside. I'm going to position this. We'll lift that little guide up, and we're going to position the foot on there and snap it down. Pressure of the foot is at 4. I am going to use the right needle, which is already threaded, and I'm going to put in the left needle on this. So we're going to go in here and grab a needle, put it in there, flat side to the back, and I'll loosen this up just a little bit, and let's get that in there. And there's a window right there. I can see that went right up in there. And that tightened up. Okay. This one wants me to activate the knife. Now remember where the knife was? The knife, to activate the knife, is right here. So I'm going to move this forward, and if you look here, my knife came up. It also tells me to adjust my cutting width to 6. So I'm going to come here and move that to 6. And then we'll go forward. Now it says attach knife cover insert. So that is, we're going to take this off, and let's just watch that video. So I'm going to take the cover stitch plate off, and I'm going to insert this plate right there. So what would have happened if I left this on? This would not close, because the knife is up. All right, so let's go on out of there. Activate the upper looper. Let's watch that video. So it's telling me to turn this knob here, turn it to the right all the way over, and then it's telling me to hit the presser foot. And now do you see how that came up? Now my upper looper is up at the top. Okay. So we did that. And go on out of there. Hook out upper looper converter. So let's see what they're saying there. So right here is the upper looper converter. And so they're telling me, let's watch it again. Take it out and open it up. So now it was like this. Now I'm going to take it and I'm going to put it like that. Okay? Select 0. Adjust your micro thread control, which is right here. And so what that does, if you look right, we went through this once before, but right here is the finger, it's called. And watch that as I move this. Do you see that moving? I can adjust my thread just a little bit. The thread that comes out across, like this thread right here at the top, you can adjust that. Do you see how this is sticking out just a hair? I could have gone in there and adjusted that so that it wrapped a little bit more. So that's what this does. Oh, let's move on. Now we're going to thread. So now all of these threads we're going to use the right cover stitch. We're going to use the left needle. We're going to thread the upper looper. We're going to thread the lower looper and the cover looper. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's start with the yellow, and that's going to go into, and I already have that actually threaded. So I'm going to take that out and have that up at the top. So that's already threaded. And let's put our plate back onto their table. There we go. Okay. I also have my cover looper is already threaded. So the thing that's really nice about this machine also is that it does not require you to thread it in a certain pattern. Other sergers, any of them that I've ever had, you have to thread it in the right order or it won't make it stitch. This one you don't have to do that. So that's pretty cool. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to, in the left needle is the green. So I'll go back here, grab the green, come down. I can go right here. But instead of going up here, I'm going to go here. And I'll just come down, go into there, and go back here. And we're going to go ahead and thread that needle. Oh, get out of there. Okay. I just got new glasses so I can see fairly well. And evidently not that well because it got all tangled up again. So here we go. There we go. Now it'll be all right. So that's one thing that you do need to watch. You need to watch that your thread paths aren't tangled, especially up at the top, up in here. Sometimes I have a cat at home, and he thinks that this is his toy. So he will sometimes get in there and really mess with those threads. Well, if I wasn't paying attention, I could do some damage. Okay, let's go here. And we'll go, there we go. All right. Now we're going to go and we're going to thread the upper looper, which is the blue. Okay. And hold it and bring it down. I'm going to go here. And this one I'm going to come up here, but I'm going to go straight. No, I'm not. What am I doing? Ignore that. I'm threading the upper looper. So we're going to go here. And now this is the air threader. So now I can go, right, I've given myself enough string, thread, and I'm going to put on here. I have to open this up. Remember, in order to use these, you open this up. And that, I can look down here and it closed up the air chute. So now I can go here. And there it is. And we'll go put that underneath. And now let's do the red. So here's the red. And we can go here like this, down. I'm going to make enough, give myself enough thread. You need enough thread so that it can go all the way down and across and into the needle. And there that is. All right, now we'll close this up. Let's get these all underneath there. Okay. Now it tells me the green check it that you're all right. Make sure that you close this. And now we're ready to go. So now here's what I was trying to do before was form a stitch. And so that's what I'm doing right now. On the overlocker, I always form a stitch. There's my overlocking, and then there's my chain stitch on there. So now I'm going to take this piece of fabric, and remember this is the 3-thread overlock, the number 17, and I'm going to line this up right here, and it's going to cut my... So that is the 3-thread overlocker and chain stitch. It is the, you can look at it, and when we'll do all of these, and you'll see the differences in them. So there is 17, which is actually this one here that I've done. You see how close that the chain stitch is to the overlocking. All right, let's do the next one. Let's go back into this, close that, going into the combination, and let's do 18. So we'll do 18. We will, it's telling me that this is a 3-thread overlock, right needle, so it's going to go into the right needle here and the right chain here. So we're going to move the needle that was in the left position. And then we're going to unthread the following paths, which would be the green. So we'll go ahead and unthread that. Let's bring our foot up, and we can pull that thread out like that. Okay, and let's move on. Now we've attached that foot, we've done the 4, we've got our needle is in the right cover here. Now I need to move this one. So let's open this up to give me a little bit more room. And we'll move this out of the way. Putting our needle holder on. There we go. I'm going to tighten that back up. And then we're going to unloosen the right needle position. And we'll go ahead and put that in. Kind of watching. I can see that, I can see the needle went right up into there. Okay, there we are. We've got everything that we set up last time is the same. All of that is the same. Hook out, set the rolled hem, and now we have this, the blue, the upper looper is threaded, the lower looper is threaded, the cover looper is threaded, so all we have to do is thread the green. So we're going to go right here, go like this, over to here, here down into the right side of the thread, this little thread catch here. And then let's go ahead and thread this needle. And I can bring that back. Slide, make sure that you slide your foot over. All right, now green check. And now it's saying that we're ready to go. We have all 5 of our threads threaded. And this is, we've closed that up, and now we can go. So let's go ahead and see if we can get the stitch to form. Okay. So like these types of stitches right here, if you were to make sportwear like with the Lycra, if you look at your ready-made, it will have a cover stitch and it will have a chain stitch. The chain stitch is the one that usually comes out faster than the cover stitch, and you'll have it kind of pull apart on you. But that's what that is. So now here is the 3-thread using the right needle instead of the left needle. So you can see that the left needle is closer to our overlocking than on the right. The right is further away. So let's go with that. And we're going to move on. Let's go in. And when I come back, we're going to be doing the combo, and we will do 20. The combo stitch number 20, which is a 2-thread overlock, right needle, chain stitch, right cover stitch. So we'll be right back.